Hey, what's up, everyone? We are the crew from SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, a weekly podcast where we go over everything going on in the world of K-pop. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
On today's episode, we will be breaking down the episode 10 Queendom finale. Yo, we finally made it to the end. It's been a long journey, a lot of filler episodes in the middle. You know, this was like the most jam-packed one, obviously, live performances. So let's go over the live finale songs and stages. So the performance order was chosen by Oh My Girl because they won round 3. And for this round, each act can earn up to a maximum of 50,000 points, which was about half the points over the whole season. So everything was at play with these live stages. So all the points were from text message voting from the general public and not from the live audience. So you had to text in the vote. Let's just go over the stages real quick. First one, AOA's Sorry. This was like cowboy western EDM song, right?
Yes, that's the genre.
It was an extremely western sounding song. Like it could be a song you hear on like the radio in the United States for sure. That was my overall feeling.
I kind of agree.
Yeah,
it was a very American sounding song.
The
I
thing,
generally got that. With
the thing I was curious about was, did they round up every single piece of cowboy wear in Korea to do the stage? Like it was so much like
a lot going on with that.
Oh, we gotta.
Anyway.
She back. Oh, wait, I might have lagged there. I thought Sohyun's visuals, of course. Chanmi action scene was the highlight of this stage.
Oh, that was really impressive.
Yeah. What about you, Anita?
You didn't like it?
It threw me off. Like I felt like it stopped the momentum of the song at a certain point, and then we went back into it, and I was like, okay.
You're assuming that this song had momentum.
Oh dear. Okay.
No. I'm just saying this was like not my favorite song. Like, I just felt like compared to some of the other stages, just a little bit weak.
I definitely kind of agree with Anita. It definitely killed the pace a little bit when the action scene began.
Yeah.
But when the sequence started rolling and I recognized what was going on, I was like,
yeah, okay. I was first wondering during the pre-shot of this why she was training at like an action school. I was confused, but it completely made sense. I thought the song was all right, but I wasn't a humongous fan of the choreography. I thought it could have been a little stronger. But overall, yeah, it was all right. Let's move on to Lovelyz Moonlight. I called this like the Moonlight Masquerade theme. I'm not really sure.
Yes.
at the end.
The things I got was there was a bit of tropical house, which was a big departure from what we would expect from Lovelyz. I thought Miju fit this concept perfectly. And my overall issues with Lovelyz as a group is that Miju's kind of the odd one out in terms of she's more girl crush compared to the other members. The thing for me with this stage, the backup dancers and Lovelyz were in very similar costumes other than the red rope they were having.
Yeah,
so
it was a little confusing.
I was a little bit confused, and I was overall happy that this was a big departure from the normal Lovelyz sound. What about you guys?
Barefoot party over here.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Barefoot party.
Barefoot party? Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I definitely liked that they were departing from the typical Lovelyz sound. I've been talking about the entire coverage of this show. I was always like, is Lovelyz departing from their typical sound a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure. Here, I was like, okay. Here, I definitely felt like they pulled it off. Here, I definitely feel like it was more powerful than the typical Lovelyz song while doing an appropriate job of taking out the strengths. I'm sorry, showing the strengths of the Lovelyz vocals.
This was my favorite Lovelyz performance of the whole show.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
For sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anya, do you have any final takes on this, or just pretty good?
I don't know. I feel like, as you guys mentioned, I just feel like this is probably the best way that Lovelyz has tried to shift their sound.
Yes.
Like I hope they take notes and like this is the kind of stuff they try to do if they want to change their sound later on, like after the show, because I feel like this was like the right mix of the elements they're trying to put in, right?
Definitely.
Like, choreo, like vocals, but also having like a stronger, less cutesy image.
Yeah.
It worked for them this time.
I think what everyone wants is for Lovelyz to do similar things like this and explore other genres than what we would expect from Lovelyz.
Yo, low key, shout out to Jin. I really
She did well.
I really
She did
yeah,
well.
I thought she really pulled it
Jin
off
was very
well.
notable.
Yeah.
Next one, Pakbom's Wanna Go Back. I wrote my take on this is like Yakshi Pakbom, which means like as expected. Like this song was the most symbolic song like ever.
So much.
Oh my
so
God.
much symbolism in this.
The mirror scene at the beginning, which is like her looking back on her career, especially everyone know this, the blatant 4 across with the mics, right? Symbolizing the 21 members. Shout out to Minji for showing up in the pre for this stage and like giving a shout out to Pakbom herself. This was like angsty Pakbom goodness. Couple things I noticed. She had in-ear problems the whole way. She kept trying to put her in-ear thing back in and it wasn't working. Maybe because of her long nails, maybe like, you know, in the moment it's hard to do things because you're so focused. I don't want to talk about the dance that she was doing towards the end of the stage.
Do you know what it is though?
No, what was that?
So it's a reference to a song they had as
Oh,
2NE1 in the club.
Uh-huh.
If
Was
you know
that a similar
song.
dance?
So she has the part where she and like I don't know. This just adds to like that symbolism. Like she's very clearly like explicitly referencing 2NE1.
Okay.
this point.
I did see a lot of people roasting her though for the dancing though. Like I saw some people saying she should stay in the singing lane. I was tough because it just came out of nowhere for me because we haven't seen her dance like the whole season and it just all of a sudden happened and I was like, okay, we doing this now?
I do think it was more fan servicey than, you know, something that could appeal to everybody. If there was meaning to it, I'm glad that there was. The song itself, I didn't really like too much, to be honest with
It
you
was
guys.
kind of what you had expected though.
It's just 100% what I expected. It's kind almost too cliche, stereotypical for me. Not saying that's always a bad thing, but here, you know,
With the final stage, you were expecting a little bit more.
yeah, it was a little lackluster compared to the other songs, to be honest, just personal.
Next one, Oh My Girl's Guerilla. I considered this song like it's like this was like an anime song. Like
Really?
the picture I got in my head was like the protagonist on like a small boat riding towards like a kraken. This is the type of music that would be
dear.
playing. You know, like a I wrote like anime Ascension Storm Battle type thing.
Oh.
I thought this song was very ethereal. Is the correct song? The rope scene at the beginning with Gio was
That was
cool.
cool.
That was pretty cool.
I also wrote that Yua is truly the hard carry of this group. Like, she's ridiculous.
Really?
The highlight for me though. I think Yua's the hard carry of the group, but in this song, the double vocal line of Hyojung and Seunggi was ridiculous. Like, man, they have two main vocalists in this group who sound very similar to each other, but are a little bit different from each other and complement each other
Yes.
perfectly.
Yes.
I thought. Oh no, keep going, Warren.
I always felt like this girl was kind of like Yua Carrie. I feel like that's changing. I
think
feel
it's
like
changing too.
I've been kind of feeling it now. This is, I feel like, the tipping point where like Yua's just participating as another member, not carrying the whole team.
When we historically thought of Oh My Girl, we thought of them as like a idol group. They have decent vocals, but it was like a performance group because they have strong dancing and a lot of like performance-based songs. Like the Fifth Season, Windy Day are very dance. Like you remember the dancing a lot in those songs, I would say.
Right.
Windy Day, things like that. I would not be surprised if we got more of a switch to like a Hyojung Seunggi vocal going crazy focus.
Vocals are so strong, especially live.
Yeah.
I'm just really impressed by
I was very
them.
impressed.
I thought some of the costuming with the beads all over the head was a little bit much. That was a complete.
That was fine.
I thought it was fine on like
Yeah.
most of the members, and the thing that I got from this is they got me super hyped for future comebacks.
Yes.
That was the main takeaway. Next one, 여자 idol, G idol, idol, however you want to say their name, Lion. For me,
Oh boy.
best performance of the night.
Really?
By and far,
Interesting.
by large. For the take I wrote here is the coronation of the next generation.
Pro.
Ooh.
Couple things. Shua with the glow up, like we were talking about her a couple like last year. Like give her some lines, give her something to do, and she goes that at the beginning. I thought this was super powerful and an anthem. You know, Soyeon is straight up like a genius, I think. Like, if we had a K-pop MVP award, I'm not saying MVP like we give it to the best person, right? I'm saying we give it to the person who's most valuable to their team. Soyeon is the MVP of K-pop. I would.
Okay.
I think there is not one person in K-pop who's more important for their group than her. One single person.
Oh, for her group. Okay.
Yeah, for her group.
I would argue there's one person, but besides that one person, I think yes, Soyeon.
Wait, can you say who?
G-Dragon.
Oh.
Okay, maybe. No, yeah.
Besides him, I think Soyeon is.
All right,
the
well,
most
she's in like
important.
top 2 for you then, right? For MVP vote.
Yeah. Still very high up. You
I
know?
really liked in the pre-performance how they showed like she literally just had like the small room studio and she just produces like before she goes to the big room with the like some of the help. She just like does like I'm gonna make the song. Let's just do it, right? Like I thought that was really organic. The line "I'm a queen like a lion," I think that was like legendary for me. I thought that was great. Seems like you guys are not as high on this song as I was.
It was okay. You know, I didn't dislike it. The costumes in the beginning kind of took me off a little bit.
really?
To be honest,
I was really
The
down
whole,
for
like,
it all.
I like the
main thing, the
outfits.
cloak. After they took the
The
cloak
thing-
off, I was like,
No, I like the
Good.
cloaks. I like the
know.
cloaks. I thought the narration was cool. There was a storyline going on too.
oh, nice.
I think for
okay.
me, those I was fine with the outfits. I thought the outfits were a nice touch. They referenced the song, and then like the how the performance progressed. It seemed very. It reminded me of a musical production in a sense,
Okay.
and I guess that's not bad because I feel like it is something new for them maybe, and it's establishing like what they're capable of, like what they can do outside of just pop music. But it felt a little much to me at some point, and
Same.
I don't know. I don't have a problem. Just something about the performance just felt like it would have. Maybe I would have liked it better if they had toned it down a little bit.
Okay, I see what you're going with that. I think that Soyeon's rap part could have been chilled a tiny bit. But what I'll say is there is a music video for this out for G-Idol's Lion.
Okay, yes.
Full music video, not just like a performance video. It's an actual music video where they spent a lot of money on it. Go check that out. But let's move on to the last song, Mamamoo's Destiny. I called this like a post-credit scene music, like in a Tarantino movie. They could have played the song. Maybe not the breakdown, not the breakdown part, but the westerny feel. We got double western sounding songs, which is kind of strange. The bass line was really great. I thought Mamamoo, of course, they're so professional. My negative points on this song was I thought there was a lot going on. There was a chill part and then the da 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 that part.
At the end.
I was not down for that. I'm gonna be flat out.
Same.
I didn't think that like breakdown and all that was like necessary.
I mean, I kind of know why. I kind of understand why they did it. You know, it's the final performance. It's got to be hype. It's got to be exciting. So they, you know, it needs to drop. Do I also think it would have been better without it? Yeah.
It was like from the like I get if the whole song was like a hype song, right? But it was like a relaxing, like we're like badasses driving through the desert type of song, and then all of a sudden there's like a trap breakdown, and I was just a little taken aback. Then they did that a couple times, and also just the breakdown was kind of repetitive for me. And then they decided to fully commit to it and do it in the dance break too, right? Like
Yeah.
it just felt like there was too much going on.
Here's the thing. I don't think it was a bad idea. I think it would have been better received if it was like more developed, like the build up towards the
Or
drop
how
was more
about
developed.
just one time at the end? I think that would have been an improvement too.
I
don't
guess
know.
I got confused at a certain point where I didn't know like, is this like, are we done? Or like, oh no, we're still going.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
And then randomly in the middle of the breakdowns, they go back to the chill part. I was like, all right, we chill again. Like I was just a little
the
bit confused.
progression.
Of course, though, they performed it tremendously. We're just not a huge fan of the song itself. But I know you guys aren't gonna agree with this, but these were by order for how I like the stages. I thought G-Idols was the best, followed by Oh My Girl, Mamamoo, AOA, Pakbom, Lovelyz. That was my order.
Here's what I'll say. I feel like, if anything, I don't particularly like or dislike any of these songs. Because, okay, here's the thing, right? I heard the songs through the album first. Then I saw the show. And to me, it felt like the songs kind of blended into each other. Like, sure, yeah, there's different genres. Sure, yeah, there's, a bunch of different BPMs going here. But they all kind of had a similar theme to it, personally. To the point where I was like, we have 6 different girl groups, and we're all trying to do, like, 1 or 2, themes. Like, that being said, some people did cowboys, some people did, barefoot fairies over here. But,
especially for, like, Mamamoo, because last round they did something subtle, and that was, like, the highlight for everyone, right? Like, they could have been the ones to change it up. It seems though most people, in terms of the songs, like Guerilla or Lion the best, is what I was reading.
I am the Guerilla side.
Guerilla?
Yes.
Okay.
I would actually have to say I'm on the Lion side of this.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the Lion side too. Impressive. But okay, so then we had all the performances. Of course, the show was really long. A lot of like filler. I fast forwarded most of the filler, to be honest. I did like how they were holding up each other's like cheering slogans and like light sticks, and they were all being nice to each other. It came down to Mamamoo and Oh My Girl, with Mamamoo taking Queendom and getting the comeback show reward. They were the most consistent group throughout the whole thing. And they came in with the highest popularity. They were, I think, everyone's pick to win it at the beginning. It did happen. But it's not to say that they just got it because their fandom was big. I think they honestly earned it with their consistency throughout the show. My final thoughts. Mamamoo gained... not Mamamoo. Oh My Girl gained the most from this show.
For sure.
In terms of momentum, future outlook. Mamamoo was fairly consistent. We knew they would do a high level. They performed at the high level. We got with that. I think Yeoja Idol proved that they are going to be one of the top tiers in this current generation of new acts coming through. They honestly hung with all the veterans and all the current groups still. They completely held their own. I think AOA proved that they're not done yet, for sure.
I'm happy for them. I like this.
Coming into it, we were like, yo, AOA, they're done. S5. But the first two, especially, they peaked a little bit too early in the show for me with the first 2 performances.
Yeah.
But they had a very good showing. I thought that the deck was stacked against Pakbom, but she fought hard and tried her best. I think the overall format of the show wasn't really fair for her. But that's one take. And I thought that Lovelyz, although they did okay, they had a bit of a rough time on the show.
Yeah.
It seemed like Oh My Girl and Lovelyz came into the show with about the same storyline. Are they going to go up or stagnate from here? And it seems like Oh My Girl was the one who benefited a lot.
Let's talk about the show itself a little bit. I'm not sure if the show's going to get a second season or a sequel or of any sort, to be honest. Here's my question. The show's a comeback war. That's what they're calling it. So, all these groups have a comeback. We go and see who does the best. We didn't really see a comeback from these groups. We saw these groups releasing new songs at the same time. And then we ended up with this one compilation album where all the songs kind of blended into each other. Personally, I didn't really see the direction the show was going in. I didn't really see a point. Produce has a direction. It's like, let's make a group.
Debut.
Show Me the Money has a group, has a direction. It's like, let's pick the best rapper here. Queendom didn't really have that for me personally.
Yeah, it could have been like, they could have even done something simple as, all right, we're going to have this comeback show. The group with the best song gets a music video that's paid for.
Right.
That could have been something, right? And like, the rest of the groups cannot release music videos. Like, they are the only ones who get the fully come back. That could have been a thing. But
I also didn't really understand the voting system.
It was the point system was so weird.
Yeah, like that was all just funky. And then they limited the final rounds to just text votes. So at that point, it's like texting war, not a comeback war, right? Like,
yeah, but yeah, and the thing is, like, it seems like only Cube decided, like, all right, this is a really good song. Let's make a music video. At least right now, I haven't heard anyone else planning a music video based on any of the comeback songs.
Oh, I need to go check out that music video.
But I enjoyed I think the thing I enjoyed the best from the show was all the interactions between the groups and the overall memes coming out of the show, where the highlights.
Yeah.
I am curious as to the possibility of Kingdom which a lot of people are hoping for, which would be guy groups. I think that would do better than this show, just because
Interesting.
K-pop is more, like guy groups do bigger in K-pop. We just know that as a fact. So I think it would have a lot more eyes on the product. Overall, though, fun show. There was a decent amount of filler though in the middle that we had to trudge through.
Yeah.
But I think it was a fun time covering. I overall had a great time, and at a minimum, I now like Oh My Girl way more from this show. So that.
Yes.
Also G-Idol. I'm really on those two groups now. So. But
AOA is where it's at.
we have been the SojuTalk Crew from SojuTalk Kpop Podcast. Please check out our regular podcast dropping on Wednesdays on our YouTube channel. We're also available pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me. We will see you guys next time. Well, there's no more Queendom, but we will see you when you watch our podcast or any of the other content we got. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.